Hello and welcome to day 4 of this trading series. In this trading series, I'm going to be reviewing for you guys trades that I took during the Strategy Wars Season 7 that happened all month of November of 2024. So I'm showing you here day 4 of that. This happened on November 11th, the trade that I'm about to show you. If you are in the community and you're looking to find where it's actually posted under November 13th, but you can see I posted the 7th, the 8th, the 11th, and the 12th, all here under November 13th's post. But I'm going to review for you only one of the trades today, which is the November 7th trade, and I'll get into the other ones in future videos. So stay tuned to those. Those will all be coming out in the next couple of days. But what you'll be seeing is November 11th trade. So just so you guys can see what that looks like, it was about a 1.5-ish R, almost a 1.5-ish R, and, as you see, November 7th is when it was taken, and here is the markup for it. So, I was on NAS100, the 5-minute time frame. You are going to see these old trades here. I already reviewed these in the prior videos. If you want to look at why I took them and the explanations behind them, etc., feel free to check out those videos, the videos 1, 2, and 3. They'll show you these particular trades. This is video 2, and this one is video 3, and this is today's video. So as you can see, what I was talking about and why I took these trades, I was talking about having a very strong bullish bias happening on NASDAQ 100. And you can clearly see that what's happening. And I think zooming this out, if you've been watching the videos, maybe this puts a little more in perspective for you, like where these breakouts are happening and like me entering in as soon as those breakouts are occurring. In hindsight, looking at how much they are soaring up, yeah, it hurts a little. I'm not gonna lie. I should have been trailing some of these probably better than I was. But it is what it is. I still made my goal for the month. It's fine. It's not the key here is not to be greedy, but to be consistent. So try not to get greedy. That is a little piece of advice here. It's very easy to do what I'm doing here and zooming out and looking at like the shoulda, coulda, woulda's. And boy, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But it's okay. It is what it is. But anyhow, clearly there is a bullish bias happening here. And the good news is I was right on my bias for multiple days, which has kind of helped me kind of chug along in this bullish trend that you're seeing happening. So for day 4, still a bullish trend. Have no reason to think otherwise. Market structure is looking beautiful here. It's just ripping through each of these zones. It's consolidating, pushing back out again, starting another one, and so forth. So you can see here there was a zone of consolidation, breaks out, pushes up, goes to another zone of consolidation, breaks out. It's consolidating again, pushes up, consolidating again. So this is what I was looking at for day 4. Looked at this, the Tokyo session, London session overnight type of vibe, what's happening there. And then again, looking for a breakout and another push up. So like I've said plenty of times, breakout is my bread and butter. So that's what I was looking for. And my bias was already bullish. There was no reason to change my bias because market structure hadn't changed. There was no like massive dips or lower lows structure being formed here. Everything was just big pushes up, consolidation, which is fine. Momentum does need to die off sometimes, and then a breakout and another like consolidation area. So that's what we saw here. Price consolidated. I did kind of make like a little area just so you guys can understand like there's a support level here, a little resistance area of like consolidation and a breakout of that. So when I was coming into the market, I do this usually. I mark like where's my like high and low of the area that price is in and like see is it consolidated? Is it going sideways, it's consolidated. That's kind of like a general rule of thumb. If it's not moving up or down and just kind of doing the sideways motion, you're consolidated. You shouldn't be trading that or even trying to. You should just kind of mark a little box around it and wait for it to break out of one of those ways. In this case, I knew I wanted it to potentially keep going up. I was hoping it wouldn't come down. It's easier to stick with the trend. So, and it did. It did that. The most recent signal for me was a bullish wave rider signal. So I was happy to keep that. And then the market's kind of pushing up, knocking on that resistance area, gets one more good push through. And then I start seeing a little more volume to these candles. This is a slightly larger bullish candle and movement that's happening here It's a little difficult to see here because of the size of the candles, and I zoomed out on this picture because I wanted you guys to be able to see the overall trend. But these candles, when you were zoomed in a little bit more on your charts, they were stronger bullish candles. You can tell even from how small they look here. These ones I'm kind of like working around showing you, they're a little bit larger in size compared to like what had been here. So there's more volume coming into the market now, and it is looking bullish. So I did enter after that. That was kind of a reassuring sign to see with the breakout and the most recent wave rider signal. All of these confluences telling me, hey, we're good to continue looking for buys. So I did enter in. I did my typical like cover the area that we broke from. This is an example of where honestly was like kind of teetering with whether I should go way down here because we didn't really retest this area. Like the market could have come down and retested this and I could have been in trouble. Luckily I didn't. And in this particular day, I was comfortable not doing like an insane stop loss because of how like small the candles were looking. The volume was looking a little bit less. It wasn't quite as like volatile as it had been in previous days. Like, if you go back and watch, the trade that I explained from day 3, it's hard again to see, like, clearly how volatile it was, but there was, like, really big movements happening, kind of, like, pushing, between different zones and stuff like that, and when that happens, I like to be more cautious with my stop losses, but in this case, like, there really wasn't any of that volatility happening, so I was willing to be, like, a little more, uh, tight with my stop loss. The other thing I will say, I didn't target anything huge here, and I know exactly why I didn't. I remember this trade very vividly. And the reason was it's because I was afraid that the momentum of this overall move that had been happening for the past 3 days was potentially going to start dying off soon. So I went pretty basic, just did my 1.5 reward, got in, got out for the day. Took one trade, wasn't going to do multiple trades. I didn't want to risk it. This can happen when you see a very strong trend happening for a few days. You usually by like the day 3 or day 4 of that trend can start to see momentum die off a bit. And you'll start to see these big pushes in between zones. They start to get a little smaller and smaller and smaller until you just start consolidating like this. And you get much longer periods of consolidation. And once you start seeing that happen and the momentum has died off, that's your cue to get out. Like, stop trying to ride that bias. You shouldn't take it anymore. Just wait until that overall consolidation area has decided on what it's going to do. You're likely going to be starting to come back on some sort of like deeper retracement of this bigger move or something. And you know, that's just how trading works. You can't go one direction forever. So that is why I decided to just take the 1.5R here, get in, get out for the day, and be done with this bullish trend for now. So that is this trade. And that is why I took it. And this is showing you guys just what the profits look like for that day. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. And I will see you for day 5.